Hello. Alright, yay, the volume's working. Uh, so I kind of just want to do, I guess, another vlog, I don't know what to call this, whatever you want to call this. Um, so I kind of wanted to talk about something because I was coming back from eating dinner and this person came by and they kind of like, they were asking me because I was on my tail, and then they were asking me, kind of like, why do you look kind of like boyish? And I was like, well, I'm basically gender fluid. And they're like, what's that? So then I had to explain this whole thing. And I kind of just wanted to, not rant, but kind of just talk about it. If you don't know this already, I am gender fluid. But in the end, I basically, personally, I feel like I have no gender at all. But, like, emotionally, I'm just like, I don't really care. I don't really have a gender. But on the outside, I tend to be more, I guess you could say, gender fluid. It's a very confusing thing, but if I had to pick a label to go by, I guess, would be gender fluid mostly. But yeah, and also I prefer pronouns such as they and them, that sort of thing. Please. I much prefer that. And so they actually ended up asking me because I know transgendered awareness, not awareness, but something like that yesterday. I forgot the name. I apologize. It was yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, so are you trans?" Pardon me. I'm so sorry. And I was like, "No, I'm not trans." And for the fact I am not, I am gender fluid, which is a completely different thing. And then they were like, they kind of got really confused, and then they were like, "Well, then if you're not trans, then why?" Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, "Okay, there is a thing. There's a difference. There is just many a spectrum of things besides being trans, or being a man or a woman. I'm one of those people that are basically in what I call the gray zone, or basically there's just like an abundance of things. Where basically you're almost like a shapeshifter in a way. Because you don't really know what tomorrow you're going to feel like, and you don't really know if you're going to be more female, more masculine, or you're going to be both, or you're going to be neither at all. Like, I don't know. Today I was just like, I don't really know what I am. But in the end, I was just like, you know what, this is who I am. And then they asked me, they're like, oh, I never, basically the same topic. They were super nice, though, don't get me wrong. They were not offensive, they were super nice. They were a bit confused because they didn't really ever hear of these terms before, so of course I was politely explaining. Um, so they asked me, like, oh, so then what's your sexuality? And I was just like, well, I'm pansexual. And of course, they asked, they're like, pansexual? What's that? And I was just like, I was like, I was curious. I'm like, what do you think that means? They're like, something to do with pans? I'm like, no. It's like, no, I am not sexually attracted to pans. No, I'm not. It means that basically I don't care about a person's gender or your body or anything. And personally, I only care about people's basically like minds, like basically what's on the inside. I care about that mostly. I don't care what race, gender, whatever you are, even if you're transitioning or whatever. I'm just like, if I like you and I think I find you attractive, then I have no issue with you. I mean, I personally prefer a bit more on the um, what's the word? Female-ish side, whether that be physically or mentally, I guess, or I don't know. I've just always noticed I kind of like, I guess you could say, girls a bit more, but I am pansexual because I like guys too. But I also like people who are androgyny, like, or drag. I don't know. It's a very confusing thing. But I know that I am pansexual and I am gender fluid, but in the end, I don't prefer labels. I like to just say I'm me. But in order to explain that to people, that's kind of the labels I go by. But yeah, that was just uh, that was just a little thing that I was just like, it was kind of on my mind, and I just wanted to talk about it. And also, I'm really sorry, but I hope in these videos, I know the quality is really crappy, but I don't really have a camera that is good for shooting videos or stuff like that. And my phone is always, for some reason, like, has no extra room, even though I delete almost everything on my phone. Anyways, oh, and another thing I wanted to talk about was that they saw I was wearing my tail, and they were like, oh, so is that real? And I was like, yes, but the company I buy it from, the fur that they use is like not, cruel. Like it's basically cruelty free. Or I do my best to try and buy, stuff that isn't actual fur, like from Postar. I love Postar. Actually, I get more tails from them as well. But it's just like basically they were like, oh, so are you for or against like animals? And this is the same person. We just on this long conversation. So basically, if you guys don't know, I am a vegetarian, and I am full on. I am against animal testing. I am an animal rights activist, and I guess you could also say a mental and physical health activist in a way. I basically like to just stand up for what's right because there's just too many things in this world that people don't speak up about. But you can speak up about what you are strongly passionate about. The only difference is between being heard and being not heard is that you decide, how you approach it. And the way I've done that is that I've been nice and polite about it, but I get my point across and I do my research and I know what I'm talking about for not just my side of the party, but also the other side of the party, so I'm well rounded and versed. That's just a little advice if you ever want to do something like that. But yeah, so I do try to always buy like cruelty free stuff. That's why I love Lush and stuff like that. And uh, I actually do, hopefully, maybe sometime in the future, want to go vegan, but my family already kind of doesn't really like me being a vegetarian, so I'm just sticking for that right now because, well, yeah, they just kind of are still not. I mean, they're kind of used to it now, but yeah, I don't really know if this is a rant or whatever. I just felt like I needed to like get all this out and stuff like that because that conversation just brought up a lot of like emotions and thoughts, and like I just wanted to kind of say my word on it. And I'm just glad it didn't go into religion because I was like, oh, now I have to explain Wicca, and now I'm just this weirdo who looks really just great. Like if you know what I'm talking about, you know that feeling. But so yeah, I think that's probably it for this video. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer it. And like I said before, if I like it, that means I saw it. And sometimes stupid YouTube won't let me comment, and there's like no reply button. I'm just like, I want to talk to the person. I want them to know I care. So if that happens, either I'll like comment my own thing, but I'll add like your name, whatever. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, month, year, birthday, weekend, holiday, whatever. So yeah, I love you all. Remember to take care of yourself and others. Alright, bye.